Good evening, group. I want to do this video to release the book. I don't own any music copyrights if you hear the music in the background, but this is Roysbreakdown presents all 715 pick 4 numbers grouped by mirrors and mates. So this is one I got printed out for myself. Like I told the group, I'll be sending the book out to anybody that want to purchase one via email. So just getting into, and I want to try to explain a little bit about the book before I released it, so I wouldn't have so many questions at one time. Try to get some clarity and some understanding. Now this is pick 4 we're talking about. It's not the followers book. This is a mirrors and mates book. It's showing you pick 4 set up by all its mirrors, which I know some books may show this, the mirrors, but no book shows you the mirrors grouped by mates. I've been around for a long time, and I've just seen like the material they give most players to deal with as far as material to use for the lottery, pick 3 or pick 4. I understand the pick 3 followers book is a great tool. A lot of people love it. They really like using it. Can understand the connections between the numbers. Hey, Sean Watson. I didn't see Shawan Watson. I didn't see anybody speaking. I usually don't look at the comments because I don't want to get sidetracked about what I really need to express and talk about. But getting back to like the information we use for lottery, it's the reason why I made the rundowns the way I did them, how we use them in the group. A lot of people don't really have time to look for those rundowns in the group, or just don't want to. I understand we all have our own lives and busy lives as far as dealing with our family and work and just everyday life in general. But with that being said, like I said, with the Pick 3 Follows book and this book here, which is going to be the start of another Pick 4 book, which will be the followers after this one. But this book, I want people to understand, to use it as, not only is it good for same state plays, it's also good for all state plays. It's really great for all state plays. Same state plays, it's with anything that I, like the Pick 3 book and this book, anything that I put out is going to be totally based on how you apply it as far as your play style. If you're not really following what numbers are hitting in your state, then it may not be that good of a tool for you. But once you are looking at, not just all states, but once you're looking at the numbers that are hitting your state, and I'm not just talking about what number hit the last draw, or not only the number that hit the last draw, what number hit this day last year for your state, what number hit last week on Friday for your state. You just really got to be kind of tracking the numbers, tuned in to the patterns, because that's all lottery is. It's based on patterns. Just for example, I had just pointed out in the files group, some of the members that has purchased a file, I was telling them to, tell me what the mirror to Georgia's 05-04 that hit tonight. And, the mirror to that number is 5059. And just understanding patterns, if you look back at what played in Georgia on evening draw last year on the 12th, March 2020, on the 12th, Georgia played 90-55. Now, while this is so, important, just being in tune with your state, knowing what they played last year on this day, on evening draw, as a fact, this day on evening draw, they played the mirror to that same number they played last year on this day. It don't always happen this way in every state, or always happen in Georgia for that matter. Like I said, it's still based on patterns. You really got to be in tune to what's hitting your state to know what's due, what's possible. So going back into the book, I showed a couple of plays tonight, today, where states was playing from the same set. I didn't even know Rhode Island played the same Pick4 numbers Ohio did. But just knowing like how the tri-states, we saw at midday, 98888 hit in tri-states. We saw, I didn't even realize Oregon played that number. But we also saw the 8839 hit Florida, straight how it is in the book. 8839. So going to the book, I'll go back to what I just showed you, but I'm going to show you the same stuff in the book so you can understand how to apply it. And if you're, like I said, if you're an all-stakes player, just running from that set that I'm talking about, it's only 8 numbers. It's less than the amount of numbers that it is quads. So I know people that run quads, all states, every day. That costs you at the minimum $167 to do that. But when you got a set of 8 numbers that contain a Pick4 trip, is why it's only 8 numbers in that mirror set. When you have a set like that that's hot and it hits 4 or 5 states in one day, it's better than running that quad set of 10 numbers, all states, and a quad doesn't show. So this is the first page in the book. It says find your state, Pick4 number. The next hit should be a mirror or a mate soon. Understand next hit could be a future hit. As you keep reading, you'll see other than quads and false quads, when a number hit your state, expect another one from the mirrors or mate set to hit your state within a week, some sooner, some later. Also, all state plays, when another state play from one set, expect another state to play from the mirror set or mate set, alphabetically or geographically. Neighbor state, sometimes same day, sometimes next day. So, just going back to seeing, the board, how we look at it on lottery posts. When I say alphabetically states, we know what our geographically states. Like I'm in North Carolina, I know VA is touching the border. We know Tennessee touching the border. We know South Carolina touching the border. We know our neighbor states. But if you don't know alphabetically, this is what I mean alphabetically. Like North Carolina, alphabetically, is a neighbor state to Ohio, New York. And whether you follow lottery real closely, if you live in North Carolina, we play off New York and Ohio a lot. So that's why I say geographically. Some people go by regions and different stuff that can help them understand the patterns better. But this is the first page of the book, and going into the first page of the book, it shows the quads and false quads. This is when you hear Roy say quads and false quads, it will contain these 25 numbers. Now, some people consider false quads with a pick 4 triple in it in a different number. It could be 44448, and they may say false quad, but you would never hear Roy say anything like what Tri-State played today, the 98888 as a false quad. That's not a false quad in my book. In my opinion, that is not a false quad. If it's not a quad, then the mirrors of the quad is going to be a false quad. So like if you see quad 0 is a quad 5, know that 5,000, 5,500 or the 5505 is the mirrors to that number. Going below the pick 4 quad, we have the pick 4 series and the mirrors. So you have 5 sets of mirror numbers, all that contain the series, like you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you see the 0, 1, 2, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 1, 2, 3. It's all in here by their mirrors. They're grouped by mirrors. These would be the only numbers that you see that don't have what I call a mate, because every digit is a different digit. Like you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing mirrors in the numbers. Like you won't see a 6 to mirror to 1. You won't see a 7 to mirror to 2. You won't see a 3 to mirror to 8, or you won't see the 9 to mirror to 4. So understand, when I say mates, it's because the number contains either a double pair, it contains a mirror pair, and that's when you get into mates in the pick 4. So going into the rest of the book, I'm going to type in that 8889 that Tennessee played. That Tri-State, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. So every number in the book is going to be pretty much based, were entered low to high. So if your number is a single number, and say your state plays 9483, no matter how your state play it, still enter it in when you receive the file or whatever on your PC or on your phone. You just go in and you enter that number low to high, like 3489. If it comes a different way, still enter it in low to high. Now, as far as the double in front, you're still going to keep, let's see, well, of course it hit that same exact way. 8839 is how it fell in Florida. Tri-State number actually comes out before Florida, I think. I don't know about how much time difference it is, but knowing that that set was hot, then you would start to consider one of the other 3 sets. The other 2 sets, also the same mirror set, which happened a couple of more times. As the evening draw, you see Rhode Island right there, the 9849, 9984 Ohio. So seeing this number hit the board with the double digits, if you saw the way that Rhode Island played it, I always put the double digits first, and you're going to have the last 2 pair, it's going to be low to high still. It'd be 9948 is how it would show in the book. So that's how I want everybody to understand how to look for the numbers, whether you're entering them in on your phone or your PC or whatever, versus having the book to just flip through and knowing which page, you're going to have to really know what type of numbers it is that hit your estate. If that 9, 8, 3, 4 hit a different order than what you see it as, just understand you got to find the set that has the 9s, the 8s, the 3s, and the 4 in it, and then take you here if you're looking at the book. So there's no way. See, using it on your phone or your PC is easy because you can enter it in. On your book, you can't just type it in and find exactly where it's going to be in the book. So I want everybody to kind of understand that before purchasing the book, because I don't want a lot of people just saying, well, I don't understand what to do or what to look for. But this is what I want, why I wanted to do the video first, because this same PDF file, when you receive it, you can also highlight the set and copy and paste into BedAny, wherever you want to play it. You can copy and paste right onto your play slip. Let me see. It's actually trying to do something different, but I've done it already on my phone on the BedAny site. So yeah, that's the advantages of receiving it by email and also receiving it, using it on your PC and using it on your phone. Always on the go. If you're always on the go, of course, you're going to want it on your phone. You may not have means to print it out. And I just thought to print it out this last week because I wanted to see how it would turn out with the laminated paper. Because if it's able to be, highlighted to what has played, of course, you would highlight the 8839, 8889. Actually, I don't think I got no good light in here. I should have turned. Hold on for a second. Let's see. All right, here we go. Yeah, so if you do decide to get it laminated, then you can highlight whatever numbers hit your state and kind of track which way the patterns are going. You can see definitely, we know Texas played 3-3-4-4 yesterday. I'll show just to make sure I stand correct on that. It came in that exact order. Was it yesterday? Who was it that played that number? Am I wrong? Yeah, no, it was 2 days ago. So that was on the 10th. 3-3-4-4 hit Texas. Right here is a 3-3-4-4. So that was on the 10th, and then here we have it today. 2 days later, we see the Pick4 trip hit Tri-States, and then we see the 8839 came straight in Florida. So the reason why I wanted to even make this into a book is just to help people understand Pick4. Some people don't even really understand the makes and mirrors, period, or understand Pick4 other than, house address, dream, tag numbers and stuff like that. Unless you really researching, you're on lottery posts and you searching these numbers and seeing how they play, and what could come of it. Now, I've added some bonus pages, which is the last 2 pages of the book, is the Pick4 quads, as far as their numbers that are connected to them, and pretty much numbers that trigger them or follow them. So today in the files group, I was talking about, I was trying to find out who played the quad 2s last. We haven't seen the quad 7s hit recently, I don't think. We saw the 2s hit in Tri-State on, was it January, like the first week of January or something like that. And I was about to release the book yesterday, and I didn't add these numbers. So that's the only reason why I held up and had to wait to release the book today. So I had to make sure if I was going to list every number that could possibly bring quad 2s, quad 7s, 2227, the 2777 or the 2277. I knew I had to list these 4 pick 4 trips that also trigger me. I didn't know I had it scrolled up too high. But I definitely wanted to add those in the mix because they all connect to those quads and false quads. So if a state was to play the 8889 or like the 0111, like Texas and Tennessee has played the 5666, soon Texas and Tennessee, anybody that played one of these numbers, it could be a month later, it could be a week later, it could be 2 days or whatever. Anybody that played one of these numbers that you see in the green, they will follow up with the 2s or 7s or the false quads. And if anyone is in South Carolina right now, remember, South Carolina played the 2s. I think the 2s came first. And they turn around and played the 98888 also. So you can just go back into the lottery post right now and do your research on those numbers right there that I just pointed out. And you will see at some point that state followed up with one of these mirrors. If they played one of those, at some point they followed up with another number that connected to the quad 2s, quad 7s. So that's the part I really, in the book, the last 2 pages, I wanted to really give a little bonus to pick 4 as far as, quads, people that really like to really track them. And this is going to be a great tool to help anybody to track your state, knowing what numbers they could play. Whether they played the quad 2s first, you still could consider one of these numbers to follow. And if one of these play first, that's below, then you can still consider the 2s, the 7s, 2277, 2227, and the 2777 to be a future hit for your state or neighbor states. Within the, sometimes they come quick within the, I'm talking about 15 minutes between a draw. It could hit Tennessee in the morning draw, one of them, and by 10:43 is Texas cutoff. By 10:43, you'll see Texas number around 11 o'clock. They could play from the same set. So you just got to stay tuned as what's really playing in your state and what's hitting the board. Now, if anyone is interested in getting the book, and I have a few people that's already sent money for the book, I'll ask you to please message me your email address so I can get it sent out to you right away. All right, I hope this is a great tool for a lot of people, and I really hope that it helps you out. It helps you understand a little bit more about how the pick 4 numbers are connected. And you'll understand the mirrors, for one, because the mirrors are right there grouped together, just like you see here. Those mirrors are grouped together. Those mirrors are grouped together. That's every mirror to one of those numbers. If you see 2213 hit the board, all of those 12 numbers right there are mirrors to the 2213. If you see 2, 3, 4, 5 hit the board, everyone on that row, 16 numbers of that single set mirrors that 2, 3, 4, 5. The 16 numbers are right there. That's all the mirrors to that number. If any one of those numbers hit, you could consider the 7s or 2s to show. And that mean that it's going to be the quad. Understand that, please. Don't it does not mean it's going to be the quad. It doesn't have to be the quad. It could be the 2277. It could be the 2227. So keep that in mind. The bonus pages that you see and the last 2 pages is to help you either understand what could bring the quad and what could follow it. All right, I'm going to sign off. And like I said, guys, if you've already purchased the book, please send me your email address so I can send it to you right away. All right, y'all be blessed. Have a good night.